If you're a small business owner, don't let these common mistakes cost you. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and these are the list of some of the biggest blunders I have seen small business owners make with filing their own tax returns. Number one is incorrect filing statuses. It has happened time and time again where small business owners have filed their business incorrectly, whether it's been on a Schedule C or filing it as part of a partnership return when it really shouldn't have been. Math errors, simple addition and subtraction. You would think that with all of the technology available, you wouldn't see math errors, but it happens all the time. Missing or incorrect identification numbers, social security numbers happens very frequently. That's why, as a tax preparer, all of our returns go through 2 layers of review just to ensure that those sorts of things don't happen. Next, misreporting income. Failing to report all of the income, cash transactions, or other income can also lead to significant penalties and interest, especially now with 1099-K reporting. And if you don't know what that is and you're selling on TikTok, I highly recommend finding that out. The next most common mistake is improperly claiming deductions and credits. We see it all the time with the earned income tax credit and a lot of the deductions on Schedule C for small businesses. The next is incorrect bank account information. Again, very similar to math errors and identification numbers. Putting the wrong bank account number on the tax return can lead to delays in refunds and also just costs a lot of frustration. Next is not keeping adequate records. And what we mean by that is in the case of a audit or even a review desk audit by the IRS, can you provide substantial information for the audit or for the desk review? It is very common with clients that I haven't worked with previously that step into my office and have had businesses for several years that they really don't have a lot of that documentation. And in the case of these audits or desk reviews, it can be a very frustrating and costly time if you don't keep adequate records. The next one is forgetting to sign and date returns. With this day and age with electronic signatures, this isn't as common anymore, but with local tax returns and certain returns that are still filed by paper, it's amazing how many clients actually forget to sign and date their tax returns before they file them. Not paying estimated taxes is also another common issue. There is penalties and interest that can accrue for not paying those estimated taxes. I highly advise, if you have a small business, especially if you're self-employed, that you understand the concept of estimated taxes just to make sure that you're not paying any more than you should have to. And finally, probably the biggest and most costly issue for most of my clients, especially ones that operate in multiple states, is not understanding state and local tax obligations. It is by far the most costly issue. If you are dealing with businesses in California, New York, Illinois, states that have high tax rates, if you have businesses that are operating in those states but not filing at a state level, or if they're in Ohio and they're not reporting it locally, it can be a very costly mistake. Thank you for watching.